my name is Ray BLK. I am a singer and songwriter from South London.
I'm Coco Mell, fashion stylist by trade.
I'm Jameela. I'm a photographer. I'm a creative director and a DJ.
Did you ever feel the pressure to kind of like niche down into one thing? Like growing up, like I always felt like I had to have one skill, one thing that I was really, really good at.
I definitely felt maybe not pressure to be one thing, but pressure to be like really excellent at all of the things. Otherwise you're like, am I really a writer? Do you know what I mean? You feel like you have to be doing it at the top level to be validated in whatever it is you do. Like, am I an actress if I just like pull funny faces in the mirror? But if I'm like going out on auditions, then yeah, you are. You don't have to be like super booked and busy. So I think I just felt like, well, maybe I can't say this yet because I've not landed. Yeah.
For me, I only wanted to be good at one thing and one thing alone, which was styling, fundamentally. But I think naturally, being in that role, it kind of catapulted me into other arenas that I never even considered. So yeah, no, I didn't set up to be a slashy babe. It's completely like something that I just adopted along the way, but I'm here for it. It's a bit weird still, a bit like an imposter syndrome element sets in sometimes. I can't believe that I'm being asked to be on Match of the Day and have my own fashion segment or have my own podcast and all those crazy things. Like, it's a bit of a weird one, but yeah, I'm rolling with the punches.
I guess from being a photographer, it came quite naturally to do other things as well, like creative direction, and it kind of led on to doing print magazines and things like that. It all kind of lends a hand, but yeah, I don't know, it's difficult to be like, to say like whether you went out and decided you wanted to be a multi-hyphenate. I think it just kind of happens sometimes. It's not like a plan, but yeah.
What's like a negative mental narrative that you've had to let go of in order to kind of get to the place you are today that you struggled with?
I think the fact that more than one of us can exist in a room at any one given time would probably be my main thing. I think for the longest I've kind of, obviously, as I'm sure we all have in this room, majority of, you know, there's always only allowed to be one of us at the table. There can't be someone else, because better still, she's my competition. It's like, well, no, actually, she's an ally. She looks just like me, feels like me, thinks like me. And it's like, I'm learning now that in my position, thankfully, I'm in a position now where I can open that realm up to a whole new gen of upcoming stylists or creatives or whatever. And it's like, I want to do that as much as I can. So for me, it's definitely, yeah, just coexisting and just, yeah, that's it really.
I think for me, similar to that, but also reminding myself that whatever I do is still good even if nobody else claps. Like, I work in an industry that's based off of validation. Like, everything's about validation. And when you get caught up in that, you can think something's sick, but it's like you told someone else the idea and they're like, yeah, so now the idea is not sick anymore. But why? You thought it was sick. So I think I just had to remind myself, like, I think it's good, and that also matters, and it's not based off of anyone else's opinion. Yeah.
I think something that I'm still working on is like my stress levels. I think sometimes I let my stress get really high, especially before like a shoot. And I'm like, the day before, I get really stressed and I'm like, I've got this massive shoot tomorrow. I need to boss this shoot. I need it to be like amazing. I'm like directing it or whatever it is. And I think one of the negative things that I'm like still trying to overcome, but I think I'm better at it now, but it's that stress the day before and then owning your power the next day. So I think I've tried to like bring it down, and I've like almost squashed it, and I feel a lot better about it now. It's where I kind of just tell myself that everything will be okay, and it's like trust in your abilities, trust in yourself. It will be fine. You know what you're doing, and like the stress comes down. But it's like it's taken me a long time to get to that point where I feel more comfortable in turning up and just getting on with my job. Do you know what I mean?
What do you wish that, like, when you were trying to like break in, what do you wish that people had done to like help you get to where you are?
Book me.
Okay, yeah, that.
Book me and pay me. In that order would have been great. I was doing so much free labor.
Yeah.
Like, I made Django look like he was a joke. Like, I was out here just hustling to no end. Like, and now I look back, I think like I work for a big corporation. I'm not going to say who, but those who know, know.
So I think we'll end it there. Thank you so much, everyone, for your amazing questions. Thank you to everyone on the panel.